afternoon. We are here now in Miss Smith's 3rd grade class at Cardinal Shin School. We are here to have our 3rd grade class president debate. I have Senator Winston and I have Senator Talika. Today we're going to have our 3rd grade class president debate. We also have friends from 2nd grade. We will have maybe our principal and vice principal joining us for the debate. Now, let's get ready for the 3rd grade class president debate. We have a special guest, 2nd grade from Cardinal Shin. Stand 2nd grade with Miss Latham. Thank you, 2nd grade. Oh, now we're getting ready for our 3rd grade class president debate. Yay! All right. First, I would like to call up Senator Talika. Let's get a close-up. And now we would like to call up Senator Winston. Now we have Senator Talika and Senator Winston. Let's start with our first question from the audience. Anaya.
How would you convince Miss Redmond? Hello, Senator Talika. Hello, Senator Winston. This question is for both. How would you convince Miss Redmond to have more field trips?
Well, I would like to have more field trips, and I think I would convince Miss Redmond to get us more field trips because we need to go see more nature and stuff.
I agree with them because you need to explore stuff and learn about new stuff every single day.
Thank you. And we have in the hallway our vice principal, Miss Dates. Yay! All right, let's continue with the question. Dante.
How can you change the punishment? Good afternoon, Senator Talika and Senator Winston. This question is for both. How can you change the lunch menu to Wendy's on Friday?
Talika.
I would say probably yes, but we can have a little Wendy's, but the rest is going to be the regular menu.
Winston.
I would say yes. I would agree with her because only one day should be enough Wendy's because we need to have more healthy food.
Next question, please. Ari.
Hello, Senator Talika and Senator Winston.
Hi.
This question is for Senator Winston. How can we convince Miss Smith to have no homework for 10 weeks?
Well, I would say I would not convince Miss Smith to have no homework for 10 weeks. Because I think that we should have more homework each week.
Next question, please. have a second grader who would like to ask a question. Kaylin?
Hello, Senator Winston. Hello, Senator Talika. This question is for both. How will you convince Mrs. Smith to give y'all two worksheets a day and for homework?
Senator Winston?
Well, I would not convince her to give us 2 papers because the 3rd grade has more homework today.
I think maybe like twice a week would be fine with more worksheets because we need to learn a lot of more stuff because we need to build and grow all the way up into college.
Gabrielle?
Good afternoon, Senator Talika and Senator Winston. This question is for Senator Winston. How would you make the class a better class by reading more to be really smart as?
Well, you said reading? I didn't understand what you said. Could you repeat the question?
How will you make the class a better class by reading more?
Well, I would make the class a better class by reading because I would send in more books, and more chapter books, and because we need to learn new words each day.
Next question, please. Taylor?
Good afternoon, Senator Talika and Senator Winston. This question is for both. How can you change the lunch menu on Friday?
Well, as I said before, when Dante asked me what about Wendy's, maybe one day, but not a whole bunch of days.
Well, I would agree with Talika. One day is enough.
Okay, Ms. Smith has a question about the menu. They want to know, how would you convince Ms. Redmond to do one day? What are some tactics that you would use to ask her, to convince her to have Fridays, Wendy's or McDonald's or whatever?
Not McDonald's.
How would you convince Ms. Redmond to do that?
Well, maybe the class and I should ask Miss Smith, can we go up to her office and ask her, everybody gets a turn to ask her what they want to do in the week.
I would convince her by taking everybody to ask Miss, both vice principal and principal, to see if we can change it at least for one day a week.
Next question, please. Brandon Knight.
Good afternoon, Senator Winston and Senator Talika. This question is for Talika. How did you get the teachers to let us keep our golden tickets if we don't? Well, maybe if we do something good afterwards, she might tell us to go put the ticket that we lost back in.
Roger.
Good afternoon, Senator Talika and Senator Winston. This question is for Senator Winston. How will you change the playground outside for recess?
Well, as I said before, I would raise money sometime so we can build a new playground with all kinds of new things, like balls, slides, and all other kinds of things.
Senator Winston, how would you convince Miss Redmond or Miss Dates to do that?
I would take the whole class and ask both of the principals to see if we could change the program.
Okay, Senator Winston, what if she says, we don't have any money?
We would ask her if we could do a fundraiser or put some kinds of booths out near our parking lot or around our neighborhood.